报仇，都是你害的。出来！哎呦，好帅啊！有穿防弹背心是不是？血洗屠杀哎！
Stay back! Don't come near me, or I'll shoot.
Fucking asshole.
Please. Oh.
Bastard! Lauren is dead! You fucking killed her!
Stop! I beg you!
拢是你害啦！掐死你的王八蛋！
Your idiot son killed all those kids, didn't he? He's the origami killer.
No! No! He's innocent! He's not a killer! Not a killer! Oh. Oh. Oh.
You're a fucking liar. Now tell me the truth.
No! No, please! Don't hurt me!
Last chance.
I don't know. I swear! I don't know anything!
怎么可能都不知道？
Stop! Stop! I beg you. I'll tell you everything. Gordy always wanted his fun, you know. He wanted to be like the origami killer. He kidnapped that kid. He held him under the water for a little too long. It was an accident. An unfortunate accident. He just wanted to play. He told me everything. He was crying. He was so sorry for what had happened. Whatever he did, Gordy is my son. No one will miss him.
What?
That boy, Gordy killed. No one will miss him. He was street trash like so many others.
Oh, you disgusting pile of shit. What about John Shepard? Why did you put flowers on his grave?
I own the construction site where he died. I never forgot. I've been putting flowers on his grave for 30 years.
John had a twin brother. What happened to him?
I don't know. He was adopted, I think. His mother should know. Her name is Anne. Anne Shepard. That girl, Lauren, she was just a whore. You'll forget her in no time. Come on, work for me, Shelby. I'll pay you well. Be able to have all the girls you want.
Never say her name again. You hear me? Never.
My heart! My heart!
你有心脏病啊？
I need my pills. In that drawer. There.
好啦。一码归一码。
Thank you. You saved my life.
I already regret it.
他杀了他整家人呢。这种素质当侦探太可惜了啦。温柔心地，可是我不小心让罗文死掉。
John Shepard died 30 years ago. Hope his mother has all the
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room. Please sign the visitor's book. Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her, you know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you. Room 19. Where is that? Only a few hours left before Sean Mars dies. Hope I'm not wasting my time.
19是这边。
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
自我介绍。
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepard, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
Hmm?
Mrs. Shepard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
答非所问呢。
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they? My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son. My little Johnny.
Johnny.
It'd take days, if not longer, to find the name of the family that adopted her son. Sean Mars would be dead by then. All right, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here. This woman might be the origami killer's mother. Must be some way to get her to remember.
让他想起来。折纸要折什么形状嘞？形状，狗狗，就是这个。
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs, too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max.
Max.
It's funny, isn't it?
Seems to be working. She's remembering stuff.
还有什么别的？你不
Gotta
是还有其他
find
纸
something
吗？
else to show her.
还有什么东西可以勾起他的回忆呀、花？这是什么？
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
Her memory is coming back. Don't stop now. Just remember.
这个护士站在这边站很久哎。
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Did she ever mention her sons?
Sons? Well, she often mentions John. I think he drowned.
Does she ever talk about her other son?
I didn't know she had another one. I've never heard her mention it.
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
为什么 Madison 走路的时候屁股要一直摇啊？但感觉超骚的耶。
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
说了什么？说了什么？ 说了什么？你他妈到底知道什么？说啊！他很愤怒的感觉。
The last origami figure. The last trial.
这房间超诡异的。FBI 被 ban 不见了，我可能不小心把他玩死了。
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this vial. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the vial or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
There's got to be another way. I can't kill myself to save my son. The cameras. He must be watching me. 1 hour to live. Just enough time to save Sean. He could be lying. Maybe I'll die as soon as I drink this, and then no one can save Sean. Save Sean. And die. Christ. He loses his father, but at least he's alive. Maybe it's the right thing to do. Am I willing to die to save my son? Nothing to lose. I've come too far to stop now. Poison. So, if I drink this, I'll be dead in an hour, and if I don't, I won't get the last letters. There's no choice. I've got to do it. If I want to save my son. Kill myself to save Sean? That's ridiculous. I'll find some other way. I'm sure I can save him.
到底，哈，
The last letters have been sent to your phone.
I did what I had to, Sean. Your dad's coming to save you.
谢谢你的收看。如果你喜欢我的影片的话，可以帮我点个喜欢。想要看更多的恐怖影片的话，可以帮我点个订阅。还记得把旁边的铃铛点起来，以便收到最新的影片通知哦。谢谢光临，下期再见，拜。